Hello students, I'm here to help you find articles. Many of you will have research papers due, and your professors will say you can only use scholarly articles or professional journals. And so I need to show you how to get there so that you can do your research. I do require, for your information, scholarly journal articles, not exclusively, but as part of your research for any research project for me. So over here on the navigation menu on the right top, we're going to hit the menu and then hit library. And then we're going to navigate on the left, the library, and scroll all the way down till we find articles, because that's what we have to do. We have to find some articles. The off-campus login is done this way. You click on off-campus database login, then you type in the ID word, which is study. It's all lowercase, and then the password, which is S1112Y. Remember that 11 and 12 are numerals. And then once you've logged in, you will have access to the databases. Click login, and there are the databases. We're going to work with EBSCOhost. It's a suite of databases of all different kinds of resources. Click EBSCOhost Web, and click Academic Search Premier. This is a multidisciplinary database, provides full text for more than 4,600 journals, including full text for nearly 3,900 peer review titles, etc. Okay, so we're going to hit continue, and this opens up our basic search page. So I'm going to show you how to do a basic search and how to refine your search. So say you're interested in the issue of rape, and so you type it in and you select a field which is subject terms. The rape is the subject of your research, so it's a subject term search. And then you have 14,000 articles. Well, you can't wade through 14,000 articles. So what I want to teach you is how to limit or lower your search. And we do this with Boolean operators over here. So if you type rape and college students, most likely you will get articles that only have to do with rape and college students. Search. So we went from 14,000 to 434. So that is something that we can deal with. Let's make sure though that we have limited our search to full text and to scholarly journals, and that the publication dates are not too far. All right, you can adjust these publication dates. Sometimes your psych professor might say, I only want your research done in journal articles from the past 5 years. So then you would of course slide this slide bar over. Also, I want you to look at the subject thesaurus term. Maybe you're not getting any results in your work, in your research, so you can use some of these crimes, like crimes against women. You could click that for your search terms, to add to your search terms, or women college students. And this will help you limit and lower your search and make your search more precise. All right. Now, what do you do with these articles? All right, we're down to 123. What do we do with all this? Well, first we see if it's an academic journal. Yes. If it's a PD full text, it's full text. Yes. And here's a little clue that's going to save you an enormous amount of time. Click on the magnifying glass, which gives you an overview of the article. And then you'll see that it's a journal, the American Journal of Health Studies. It has multiple authors. It's a very up-to-date 2019. It's a type, it's an academic journal. Here are other subject terms. And the abstract is what's really important, because it gives you a nice summary of the entire article. And you can decide whether you want to save that article or not. If you do want to save the article, then you want to click Add to Folder. I also want to show you what a detailed record would show. And it shows the authors and their affiliation. So if you are required to prove that your authors are, up to speed, or some have credentials worth paying attention to, well, then it's important that you have in your credentials and your signal phrasing. All right, now over here, by clicking on detailed record, you open up all these wonderful little things. You can email yourself the article. I recommend that, not saving it to a folder, because if you save it to a folder, you may lose your password. That's what happens with us, isn't it, students? when we don't use something frequently, we forget the passwords and ID numbers. So you could email it to yourself. Also, and don't leave this site without this SITE site, website, or database site without asking it to make you its MLA citation. Look at this, it's already made for you. It's even with the hanging indent, so you can just copy paste that to your works cited page. How easy is that? All right, I hope that you have fun searching. You have some ideas on how to use this wealth of information at your fingertips. And if you have any questions, you can always email me at vaneps.atlantic.edu.